guys, it's your girl Malia Good, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I will be discussing all about my septum ring. I'm just going to give you a few pointers and a few tips on what to look out for and what to expect when you get your septum pierced. What they don't tell you. Okay guys, so I got my septum pierced about 4 months ago, like in December. It's like we're at the end of April now, about to be in May. So like 4.5 months I've had my septum pierced, and I will say I love it. I've been wanting to get my septum pierced for about 2 years now, but I've been very kind of like skeptical. Like I didn't know how it was gonna look on me. I didn't know what to expect. I was very just a little anxious about it. But I will say, and this is just for anything in life, if you want to do something, just go for it. Like, especially if it's still in your mind, like at least a year out, and you still want to do the same thing, like it's still heavy on your brain, do it. And if you don't like it, then don't do it anymore. But anyways, so I went with my best friend. Me and my best friend was supposed to go get piercing. She was going to go get her second hole, and I was going to get my septum. But the heifer chickened out, but it's okay, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? I still was like, I'm gonna get my piercing because I've been wanting this piercing. I can't do this to myself. I can't punk out. So I still got my piercing, and I wanted to film my experience of me getting my septum pierced. But when we got there, the piercer was like, like no photography, no videos, like no none of that, no cameras. So I wasn't able to record like I wanted to, but that's okay. I still got, my septum pierced. I still got done what I wanted to get done. It was pretty simple. It was quick and easy. He put the clamp down, and the clamp, I will say, was the most uncomfortable part. Like, I was good. Like, he stuck the needle in, and he put the jewelry in, put the ball on, patted me on my back, and sent me on my way, to be honest. Like, it was just that quick and simple. I was probably in there for about 5 minutes, no BS. Like, it was a one and done type deal. And I was so happy. On a scale from 1 to 10, the pain was literally like, I didn't feel anything, to be honest. Like, I know some people said it really hurt. Honestly, I can take piercings pretty well. Like, I don't know. Like, a tear dropped, a tear came down. But I think it's just because, like, like if someone hits you on your nose, like, you tear up. And it's just like, your nose is just sensitive. So that was pretty much it. But shoot, he gave me a tissue, dot, done. You know what I'm saying? After that, we were rolling. I went out to like a bar and everything after that. Like, it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So the pain isn't unbearable where you can't do anything. I will say within that first hour, I did go ahead and flip it up. I didn't really tell people that I had my septum pierced. I really didn't show it off or anything like that. Like, I wanted it to heal first before I just started playing with it and seeing how I felt about it. Because I am prone to, like, those keloids and stuff like that. Every time I get a piercing, which is the reason why I took most of my piercings out, is because I get keloids very easily, and I think those are so gross, you know what I'm saying? I can't do that. Like, so I'll take the piercing out immediately. But this right here, honey, I've never gotten a keloid. I've never had any issues with my septum piercing. So, yeah. Like, I really love it. As far as the healing process, it took about like 2 or 3 weeks for it to like really like not be painful anymore. I will say like it really just became like more flexible after that 3rd month. So like this month and a half that I've had outside of that has been pretty good. I will say that those first few weeks of cleaning it, like, be very thorough. And I will say, I know some people, say like use gloves or whatever the case may be. I recommend that you use these babies right here. Clean your hands off, clean your fingers off, wash your hands, rinse those bad boys off, squirt some Dial hand soap or even bar soap. But I mean, most people say you use Dial hand soap, but as long as it's Dial, you're good. Lather those bad boys up and just get the digging. Also, I highly recommend that you do sea salt soaps. You can get like a tablespoon or 2 of sea salt. Get you a jug of distilled water. Put the sea salt in there. Shake it up and you're good to go. Like, you can use that your entire time of your healing process. And you may still have some left over. Like, you do not need a lot. Like, just enough to do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And just soak it. Just soak your nose for about a good 10-15 minutes and you'll be good. And honestly, my personal experience, when I cleaned it, it felt so much better. Like, once I cleaned it, like, swelling would go down. Like, it would just feel like, oh, I could do this. It just felt better to do. So, yeah. As far as jewelry, I can't think of the name right now. What is this called? Um, but what is it? The horseshoe? The horseshoe, like, I've only had horseshoes. I only like horseshoes. I really don't care to get the other, jewelry. I will say I do want a hoop, but I just haven't found a hoop yet that I like. But I do like horseshoes. I have a bunch of horseshoes. Y'all can see that in my recent videos. I will post that link somewhere on this video. The clickers can be a little bit more complicated because depending on the width of your cartilage, some clickers, the bar doesn't go all the way. So it's like, you can't really click it down. So you can kind of waste your money with that. Also, please don't buy cheap jewelry. Like, for real. That is the quickest way to get an infection and irritate your skin. Like, I know my skin is sensitive and I have to have, what is it? Sterling silver, I believe it's called. Um, if I'm incorrect, I'll probably put it somewhere around here. But I can't wear like any old regular jewelry because, oh my goodness, my skin will go haywire and it'll be a nasty situation. So make sure that you really spend that dollar. It's really worth it, to be honest. Like, you don't want to spend your money on cheap jewelry and then get an infection. So, be mindful of that. Go to, what is it, Spencer's? That's where I pretty much got all my piercing. Yeah, my jewelry from. And they always have deals, like buy one, get one. You know what I'm saying? Especially like around holidays and stuff like that. Rack up, dude. Even at the counter when you're leaving out, they have like they're like practically giving them away for like $2 to $3. Like, for real, it's really not that expensive to get really nice jewelry. So yeah, invest. Definitely invest in good jewelry. Something that they do not tell you when you get your septum pierced is, I've heard that this will last up to like a year. I'm on my 4th month, and every now and again this will happen, but there will be like this weird smell, and only you can smell it because it's in your nose, but it's like this weird dead skin smell. Like, it's disgusting. Like, ugh. Like, it just smells rotten. Like, ugh. Especially when you first get your piercing and it's healing, you definitely, and like, yeah, you definitely can smell that, and it's really, really gross. Like, so please clean your piercings, because if you go a couple of days and just let your nose just rot up like that, you will get an infection. Like, that's really gross. Like, who would want to smell that every single day? Like, smelling that alone will make me want to clean it. So yeah, like, handle that. Like, don't let it get that bad. Like, if you have like gauges, then you know the smell that I'm talking about. But like, it just smells like a funky, musty, dead skin. Nah, just don't even do it to yourself, man. Save yourself the trouble and clean your piercing, because it will start to get a little funky, and it's not your top lip. So yeah. Also, last but not least, um, do not flip your piercing up and down. Like, if you're gonna have it down, then keep it down. If you're gonna have it up, then keep it up. Like, don't keep, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't do that. Like, lately I've been having it down because I'm in quarantine, so there's no need for me to really put it up. But if I'm going for a job interview, or, I'm going to my grandparents' house, or, somewhere, where I would want to look a certain way, I would flip it up. Like, before this pandemic, when I was going to work, even though my job didn't care, but like I said, I didn't want everybody to know I had my septum pierced. Like, I didn't want people all in my face like that. Like, I don't know. Um, I would keep it flipped up during, work hours, and I worked at a nightclub, so nobody cared, you know what I'm saying? And so, but I cared. Like, it was just kind of like, it wasn't a bad thing, but it was kind of like a personal thing. Like, but whatever your reasons are, decide what position you want it in and keep it there, okay? Trust me, you're better off. Or you're going to lose your piercing, or your nose is going to start looking weird, and you're going to have this weird situation going on with your nose. Then you really have to explain yourself. So let's just don't even do it to yourself, okay? And I think that's all I have for you guys. If you have any questions, or any comments, please don't be afraid to leave them down below in my comment section. I would love to hear them. Always open to, suggestions and other perspectives. So please let me know, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching.